between the Flying Dutchman. Sorry about that, not the Flying Dutchman. It's the Wartburg Knights and the Augustana Vikings. I'm ahead of myself in tonight's NCAA Sweet 16 matchup. It's Steve Binnig alongside Clayton Safey this evening. And so, of course, the Wartburg Knights are coming in. They were 8-8 in the IIC, that is the Iowa Intercollegiate Athletic Association, of course, and as well as the Augustana Vikings coming in with a record of 21-8, 11-5 in the conference. Of course, they dropped their conference tournament victory to North Central, but since have won 2 games against both St. Thomas and Wisconsin Whitewater here in the tournament to get to this portion of the Sweet 16. Once again, both these teams are playing for an opportunity to meet either Hanover or Hope in the Elite Eight. Having a little bit of technical difficulties to start off, so our apologies. But we're trying our best to get the kinks worked out before the game is underway. So once again, it's Steve Binnig alongside Clayton Safey. Clayton actually can't hear me, so we're not going to hear from him just yet. But Augustana's making their way out onto the floor right now. And once again, Wartburg will be in the orange. I believe Augustana's going to be in the navy blue. But both of these teams will look a little bit now back at Wartburg as they and what they've done to get to the point where they are at here in the Sweet 16. And of course, it was a couple wins, a little bit more comfortable in the tournament thus far as they took down Benedictine by almost 30 points and then did the same against University of Wisconsin River Falls. So Wartburg, a team that comes in, and if my information is correct, their first appearance in the Sweet 16 since 1991. They enters the weekend on an overall winning streak of 7 and have won the last 5 straight on the road. So the Wartburg Knights, not a team that are going to be easily pushed around. And Clayton was informing me before this one that Augustana has traditionally been really just a powerhouse at the D3 level. So Augustana, I would say, might be the favorites coming into it, the more storied program of the two. But they also have a history, both Augustana and Wartburg, against one another. Augustana obviously holds the 5-2 lead in the 7 games that they played once another. However, back in December of 2007, although the Vikings took that one, it was back in '75 when Wartburg got their last win in the Sweet 16 with a half-court shot, 62-61 in the regional championships. So once again, getting ready for Augustana College versus Wartburg College. In about a minute and a half, we're going to send it over to our in-house announcer, Darren, to get our starting lineups, but I can give them to you now. It's for Augustana. We have Nolan Ebel, Krishan Orange, Dylan Sortillo, Micah Martin, Jacob Johnston, and then for Wartburg, it's Leonard Kalin, Nate Wasty, Nick Weber, Jordan Cannon, and then wrapping it up, number 40, Josh Gayling.
That's what it is.
About 50 seconds to start here. Once again, we apologize for any technical difficulty and what it may sound like over the live stream as we're scrambling to get things sorted out here, but we promise by the time game time rolls around, we hope to be up and running at full capacity. Obviously, a big shout out to our media crew here is once again, they are doing their best, and now it seems like they've got it here. So with 20 seconds to go, and now I can welcome in Clayton Safey right before the national anthem in starting lineup. So Clayton, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, great, Clayton. It's great to have you here. So my apologies for that, and my apologies for my rambling. Hopefully, the rest of the broadcast will be a little bit better for you. But for now, we'll send it over to our in-house announcer for the national anthem as well as tonight's starting lineups. See you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DeVos Fieldhouse here on the campus of Hope College for tonight's NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Tournament Contest. Tonight's featured teams are the Vikings of Augustana College and the Wartburg College Knights. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for Augustana at 1 forward, a 6'3" junior from Bettendorf, Iowa, number 30, Dylan Sortillo. And at 1 forward for Wartburg, a 6'5" junior from Atkins, Iowa, number 12, Nate Wasty. At 1 forward for Augustana, a 6'5" senior from Cordova, Illinois, number 45, Jacob Johnston. And at 1 forward for Wartburg, a 6'4" senior from Bolingbrook, Illinois, number 24, Jordan Cannon. Starting at center for Augustana, a 6'10" freshman from Iowa City, Iowa, number 44, Micah Martin. And at center for Wartburg, a 6'6" sophomore from Dyersville, Iowa, number 40, Josh Galing. At 1 guard for Augustana, a 6'1" sophomore from Denver, Colorado, number 14, Nolan Evil. And at 1 guard for Wartburg, a 6' senior from Skopje Loka, Slavonia, number 3, Leonard Kalin. And at the final guard spot for Augustana, a 6'2" sophomore from Algonquin, Illinois, number 20, Krishan Orange. And at the final guard spot for Wartburg, a 6'3" senior from Piasta, Iowa, number 23, Nick Weber. Head coach for Augustana College is Gray Giovanni. Head coach for Wartburg College is Dick Paith. Your officials this evening, Mr. Mike McKee, Mr. Keith Lewis, and Mr. Derek Gaudio. Your alternate official is Mr. Jordan Jarrett.
Welcome back to DeVos Fieldhouse. Steve Binning alongside Clayton Safey as we're getting ready for some Sweet 16 action here in Holland, Michigan. It'll be the Vikings of Augustana versus the Wartburg Knights. Coming right at you next. We're a few moments away from tip-off, and once again, on behalf of the entire media staff here at Hope, we apologize for any just malfunctions that took place in the pregame. Clayton and I had some things planned for you, but maybe to your good fortune, you won't hear that from us. And so, Clayton, a few last words you want to get in before we tip off here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for in this game a big game, Sweet 16. Both teams are obviously deserve to be here, great teams. Who's going to limit mistakes? Who's going to limit turnovers and play their game? And whoever does that, I think, is going to come out on the right end of this one.
That's right. Jacob Johnson will win the tip. He gives it back to the freshman Micah Martin, who then hands it off to number 14. That's Noah Ebel, and he'll bring it across for the Vikings. Ebel looks around, gives it to the wing, and now back up top to Sortillo. Sortillo hands it back to Ebel. Ebel has it, looks around, dishes off to Johnston. Back inside now to Johnson with his back to the basket, up top to Ebel. Ebel kicks out to number 20. That's Krishan Orange. Krishan Orange, of course, has been the hero the past few games. And to start off the first possession, we're going to get a shot clock violation. So exactly what you want if you're the Wartburg Knights, coming out with a huge defensive stop there early on. And Clayton, I've been cracking up here in the pregame. We've got about, I think it's 7 members of Augustana. I assume that they're students, and they traveled up here, or traveled down here rather, from the Chicago area. And they are just loud and proud, dressed obnoxiously, and seems like they're really going to be having a good time here tonight.
Yeah, I love the enthusiasm from this group. Right courtside, making a lot of noise already.
Here's a 3-ball for Wartburg. That one won't go. And Micah Martin, once again, the big freshman, comes down with the rebound, and it's Ebel the other direction. Ebel through the paint, hands it off to Orange. Orange brings it back across. That's Sortillo. Now he finds Ebel. Ebel fakes right now, goes left, drives right at the basket. Nice looking take there from Ebel. Number 14, Nolan Ebel, kicks off the scoring here. 18:45 left in the first half. It's 2-0 in favor of the Vikings.
A great aggressive take to the rim and just finished over a couple of guys down there.
Here's Kalen on the wing. He dribbles towards the basket, kicks out. That's number 23, Nick Weber. Weber has it on the wing, nowhere to go, now brings it across. Back down to Kalen in the corner. Kalen tries to find the pass between 2 defenders to Josh Gayling, but that was a little bit of a miscommunication, and now the ball is going to go back to the Vikings. Here's Ebel. Blows past 1 defender, and now will dribble back out and set the offense.
2-3 zone here from the Knights.
Ebel brings it with the left hand now, and he'll hand off to Orange. Orange comes around to defender, drops down to a knee, maintained control for a minute, but then lost it and going the other direction. It's Weber. Weber behind the back move into the paint with the right hand. He'll get the finish. Nice looking take there. And now Ebel will bring it the other direction. So fast pace here early on, Clayton. We'll see if that maintains. Floater from the wing won't go. Long rebound comes down to Weber, and he kicks out to number 24, Jordan Cannon. Cannon attacks his defender, fakes right then left, now back left, had nowhere to go, has to give it off to Kalen. Kalen back inside to Cannon. Cannon doubled up there, now back out on the wing, and a 3-ball from number 12, Nate Wasty. And Nate Wasty basically brought that one up from his waist and then just knocks it down with a defender in his face. Good looking stroke there with the left hand. It's 5-2 here in favor of the Knights. Orange goes inside. Now back outside to Orange. Orange has it once more up top. He goes inside this time to Jacob Johnston. Now Orange pulls up from just inside the perimeter. He knocks that one down. So there's the jumper, and once again, Orange has been the hero the past 2 games as it's been last-second shots on both occasions. It was a 2-ball and a 3-ball, and that's what has brought the Vikings to where they are this evening. And we've got an offensive foul. That one's going to go on number 40, Josh Gayling, as I think it was an illegal screen as he was moving through. And actually, we're going to get not quite a fresh 5, but we're going to get 3, my apologies, from Augustana off the bench. Try to keep up with this for you back home. It's number 34, Brett Benning. Number 23, Brandon Shatner. And as well as number 42, Donovan Ferguson, into the game for the Vikings. Here's Ebel. He brings it across, kicks off to number 30, Sortillo. Back to Sortillo now. Sortillo on the wing. Thought he was going to pull up there and set it. Nice little basket inside. Can't get the lane. That was 42, Donovan Ferguson. He takes it up again and misses 2 bunnies, and now he's going to get called for the foul. Clayton, I see you shaking your head. What are you thinking?
Well, that is the way to beat a 2-3 zone. They get it into the short corner. The guy shifts over, got it into the middle, missed the bunny, but you know, I'm not too displeased with those looks right there. Yeah, that's how you beat a 2-3. You got to get it inside into the paint.
That's right, Clayton. And obviously, when you get it down to your big, you expect him to convert there on that little bunny. But coming off the bench for number 42, Donovan Ferguson, not always easy to hit your first couple shots. We'll see if he can turn things around as this game goes on. We hope he does. Into the game for Wartburg, it's number 5, Clifton Brown. And once again, another offensive foul here. Haven't gotten, or was that just a turnover? Turnover, yeah. My apologies.
Just threw it out of bounds.
Thanks for clearing that up for me, Clayton. I'm looking down at my computer trying to get my notes out in front of me, and I'm missing the action that's going on right on the court.
Yeah, that's 4 early turnovers for Wartburg already.
Here's Augustana in possession. Ebel almost faked himself out there. Now goes back out to the wing. Nice possession here, but no penetration coming from the Vikings as the Knights are keeping it locked down. Now the pass inside. That jumper won't go, and the rebound comes to Brown, who leaves it off for a teammate. And now it is Wartburg the other direction with the likes of, that's number 14, Jaron Sabas, who's into the game for the first time this evening. But off the missed shot, a chance for the Vikings to capitalize. And going inside was number 23, Brandon Shatner. He gets bumped on the way up, so he'll be at the line to shoot two.
And Shatner had a look from outside, decided to take it all the way in. And this Augustana team's not afraid to get in the paint. We've seen that early on against the 2-3 zone right there in transition. They're willing to get in that paint. Good things happen when you do that. He's going to go to the line for two.
That's right, and we're going to get our first media timeout. So with the tournament being on here at Hope College, we will have a couple media timeouts as we continue, obviously, at the 16, the 12, the 8, and the 4 mark of each half. So bear with us. You'll be hearing Clayton and I talk quite a bit to fill the void. However, once again, to all 600 of you watching now and listening in, we greatly appreciate it. We're happy to bring you the action here from Holland, Michigan. And obviously, whether you're a fan of Wartburg, a fan of Augustana, or just tuning in to the NCAA Sweet 16, thanks for listening. So early on here, it is Augustana. Sorry, my apologies. It is Wartburg with the 5-4 lead here. And so Wartburg once again comes in. They had a little bit of a weaker regular season, but did a little bit better in the tournament, and that is in their respective conference tournament than Augustana, and have come with two very convincing wins. Two almost 30 points. I believe the first was 28. The second actually did eclipse the 30-point mark. That one was over River Falls from Wisconsin. So Wartburg, like I was mentioning in the pregame, is not a team that is going to go down easily, and this Augustana powerhouse needs to recognize that. At the line, it's Shatner. The first one won't go, so coming out of the break. Now 5-4, get a little bit of a replay here for you on what that foul looked like and how Shatner got to the line. Second one up also won't go, and the rebound's going to fall out and come down to 24, Jordan Cannon.
Yeah, they're doing the right things right now, just things aren't falling. Hopefully they can get those to go for their sake.
Yeah, Cannon takes on his defender, gets a screen now from Brown with the left hand. He wants to go all the way, moves around a little bit, left his pivot foot, and now it's going to be bumped around and touched out of bounds. Last touched by number 42, Donovan Ferguson. Got a big bare hand in there and just tipped it out of bounds. So this one will stay with the Knights. They've got 15 to shoot, 15-17 left in the first half. High looping inbounds pass, now right away to Cannon. Nice looking play there, and Cannon, that one didn't even come close to touching the rim as it fell. Great looking stroke there from Jordan Cannon. It's 8-4 here, still in the early going. Ebel out of control, kicks off to Shatner, and now the Vikings are going to be able to reset. Shatner on the wing. Now Ebel surveys his options, goes inside. Given back to number 30, that's Sortillo. Sortillo dishes off, but will get it back in the corner for three. He knocks it down. Quick release there from Sortillo. Good looking stroke, and now Brown will inbound to number 10. That's Cam Kickbush.
Great movement against that 2-3 zone. Get it into the paint, you can kick out, and a great look right there.
Here's Kickbush, goes up with the right hand. Meta palm there. Brown was there to try to tip it in, but instead the big palms of number 42, Donovan Ferguson, pulled it down, and now Ebel wants to go the other direction. Was looking for some contact, took it up strong, but instead just kind of threw it out of bounds. And once more, we'll get a plethora of substitutions. So we will try to stay on top of that. I know that I saw Ryan Stulkin, that'll be his first action, coming in. And as well as Sawyer Herman for the Knights. Inbounds pass, it's tipped around, but eventually it's going to be picked up by Wartburg. Now the other direction, underneath the basket, that's 14, Jaron Sabas. Sabas can't get it to go, and the other direction, here comes Augustana, going up strong, that's Orange, he can't get it to fall, and now we're going to get a foul. I think that one's going to be on number 5, Clifton Brown, as 45, Jacob Johnston for the Vikings, who's back in the game, was fighting for that rebound. First action tonight for Lucas Simon of Augustana. Micah Martin's back in the game out there. And Brandon Shatner remains. The inbounds pass will go to Shatner. And now it's Orange on the wing. Gives it to Simon. Simon, a few crossovers, now gives it straight away. Three ball in and out from 45. Jacob Johnston won't go. And now Cam Kickbush brings it the other direction. He leaves it for Herman. Herman hands off to Stolken. Now back in the corner to Sabas. Sabas has it, picks up his dribble. Looks down, that's going to be Brown with it. Brown back to the basket. Goes up with the right hand. Nice strong move there by Brown, and he's able to loft it over Micah Martin.
Yeah, Brown just backed him in, put it up, and some nice touch on that. Nice little baby hook.
That's right, and here's Simon. He hands it off to number 23, Brandon Shatner. Shatner goes down low to Jacob Johnston. Johnston kicks way across to Orange. Orange catches, sizes up his defender, goes right and left. Now back outside, that's number 23, Shatner. Orange fakes right, now goes right, leaves it for number 12, Lucas Simon, and we're gonna get another shot clock violation. There's a lot of confusion here by the Augustana offense, and a lot of that is being caused by the Knights defense. They're keeping things tight down there. Really, it looks like a vault on the floor as they are keeping Augustana outside of the paint and forcing the Vikings to put up bad shots here. And once again, the Knights will break the press. Hard screen there from Brown, but Micah Martin stuffs it at the glass. And now come the other directions into the Vikings. So from the foul line, pull-up jumper, that one's gonna rattle around. A Viking went up for it. Micah Martin was grabbing the rebound. He was pushed by Brown. So this one's gonna stay underneath the basket as the Vikings will maintain control.
Yeah, Micah Martin got the block on the other end. He sprinted all the way to the other side of the court and drew the foul on that rebound. So that's some hustle right there from Micah Martin.
Absolutely, yeah. I said it a couple times earlier, a big fella in the freshman. Here's the pass inside to Jacob Johnson. He has to go up with the right hand, but that's not a good-looking shot. Got partially deflected on the way up, I believe. And it was Galen who's back into the game for Brown coming down with the rebound. And the Knights are going the other direction and go at a fast pace. That's number 14, Jaron Sabas. Taking it up with the right hand. Gets knocked, and he'll go to the line. So the and one opportunity here for Jaron Sabas as the Wartburg Knights take the 12-7 lead.
It looks like Sabas was going full speed, and that Augustana defense was just kind of turning and watch him go right to the bucket. Picks up the and one there.
Converts the three-point play, so a 6-point lead here for Wartburg with just under 12.5 minutes to go in the first half. Simon gives it to Orange, who goes back to number 30, Dylan Sortillo. Orange wants the screen. Now gives back to Johnston. Finds Sortillo. Sortillo goes up with the right hand, a little floater. That one's not going to go. And it's picked up by Kickbush, who brings it the other direction. Kickbush hands it off to up the key. That's Sabas. Sabas, spin move, now goes underneath, leaves it for Galen. Nice looking take there from Sabas. That's impressive stuff, Clayton.
Yeah, he's going full speed right into the lane, trying to make something happen for his teammates. We saw him get the and one, the possession before, and nice dump off pass there by Sabas.
Here's Orange from three. He wants it and his team needs it. That one won't go, but a big rebound by Martin. Now another open three. That's Sortillo. He won't make any mistake. Knocks it down. 15-10. 11:30 left in the first half. And now a big foul there. I actually thought that Sabas was going to fall to the ground there. I don't know how he was able to maintain his balance as he went into the lane. I'll see if we might get a replay on that one. But now, as we are under the 12-minute mark, we will get a media timeout, but we'll keep it right here. So once again, 11:28 left. Here's the replay that I was talking about. Yeah, Sabas just kind of got knocked around by Martin. I think that was Martin's. See if I can find it on the scoreboard. That's only his first.
Yeah, that's his first foul. Micah Martin is very aggressive on both ends of the floor. He's playing just about as active as anybody. And on the other hand, Sabas is as well. He's finding his teammates. Got the and one a couple possessions ago. The big guy, Micah Martin, and then on the other hand, Sabas, both of them. Two most aggressive players on the floor right now. You see Sabas there.
Yeah, Sabas is once
he's
again.
Just going in there. He's going in there, putting his head down, and good things happen when you do that.
Yeah, that's right, and especially when you're taking on the big guys. I mean, Sabas is obviously not tall compared to some of these bigs that we were talking about, especially Micah Martin, and really no one's tall compared to Micah Martin. He's got to be standing at close to 6'10", I'd imagine, Clayton. But either way, I mean, Sabis has just been a factor here early on, and he's going to have a chance to extend this lead to 17-10. Moving along here in the first half. We're not even halfway into the first half. And Wartburg has really been in control since the start. They've forced a couple bad possessions from Augustana. They've gotten some really good possessions on the other end. They're moving the ball around. They just seem like a confident team. They seem like a team that has come into this game having blown out the past two teams they've seen. Sabis, 2 quick dribbles and puts it up and knocks it down. 16-10 here. Second one on the way. Couple dribbles once more, and that one's going to rattle around and fall out, and it's going to come down to the Knights as it'll be Ebel bringing it across. Back outside to Ebel, who kicks to Orange. Nice looking pass there, and now Ebel from straight away, wide open 3. That one won't go, but the tip in also won't go, but then the hard work down low from number 34, Brett Benning, as he knocks it down. Now going to the glass, that was for Sawyer Herman, and the rebound by Gailing eventually is going to hit the rim and just kind of die and fall, Clayton. So nice looking take there by Josh Gailing as he's on the board with 4 points. Other way, another chance for an Augustana 3. So some quick basketball here. Number 34 is Brett Benning once again, so he's got 5 on the past 2 possessions.
And the Wartburg Knights, they're trapping out of this 2-3 zone, which allows some kick-out passes, and you're going to get some good looks. We saw one there. There's another good look.
Yeah, all of a sudden nobody can miss as that's kick push pulling up from mid-range, and he knocks it down. Ebel will bring it the other direction. Both of these teams are just out of the gate, running. Sometimes we see a couple of teams start to slow down. Obviously, nerves are high, but I think these are the 2 types of teams that want to get out and run the floor, and really it's just going to be a marathon to the end here, I think. Now, cross-court pass is tipped out of bounds by Sabis. It was coming from Sortillo, who was looking for Orange. Obviously, Sabis was able to get a left hand in there and break that one up. Now it's Sortillo. He gives back to Ebel. 5 to shoot. Now Orange has it. Leaves it for Sortillo. Sortillo for 3. Off the rim, won't go. Long rebound. Wasn't touched by anyone. Cannon's back in the game. He grabs the rebound and he gives it off to Sabis. Sabis back to Cannon. Up top, that's number 12, Nate Wasty. Now on the wing, we have Sabis. Sabis goes up with the right hand. Can't get it to fall. No foul called. And now running the other direction, that's Orange. Orange wants to go all the way off the glass. Can use it to his advantage. And maybe a chance to slow it down. Instead, they pass out of it. Wartburg does. And it's number 12, Nate Wasty, going through the paint, leaves it for Gailing. Gailing was bumped, able to gather himself and then step in and lay it in. 22-15 here. Gailing's got 6. Ebel getting touched around, is able to hand it off to Orange. Now he's got a flasher inside. Orange gets it back, now kicks to Ebel. Orange one time, back out to Ebel, wide open 3 low. That one's going to be short as well. Tipped around, big time rebound there by number 42, Ferguson. So, I mean, you don't want to deal with Micah Martin. Well, bad news. Donovan Ferguson's coming right off the bench.
Yeah, they're taking advantage in a 2-3 zone. It's hard to box out. You have to make a concerted effort to do so. And you see them making a concerted effort to get on the offensive glass. Nick
Weber gives it away, and here's Sortillo on the drive with the left hand. That one's tipped away by a Knight, and now on the fast break, Weber's going to get it back. He's got a chance to take it up strong with the right hand. Was able to beat Orange to the basket and lays it in strong, 24-17. Orange has it. 8:25 here to play in the first half. Here at DeVos Fieldhouse in Holland, Michigan, on the campus of Hope College. Ebel on the wing. He takes it in strong, and Gailing is just going to completely stop his progress moving forward. And it's Weber the other direction. Long jumper won't go from Weber. Orange hands it off to Ebel. Ebel can't handle it, but then gathers it. Now dribbles all the way through, and a long-range 3 from Sortillo is going to go in and out. And now Weber will slow it down. So finally, Clayton, a little bit of an opportunity here to gather our thoughts and maybe actually monitor the basketball game that's going on in front of us. It's just been back and forth all game long thus far.
Yeah, high pace, up and down type pace here. I don't expect that to change.
Yeah, and Wasty gave it out on the wing to Cannon. Cannon was bumped by Sortillo, and with that foul, we're under 8 minutes, so another media timeout here, another chance for the coaches to talk things over, both teams with 4 fouls, and a chance for us to talk about a few things, maybe some game leaders for you. For Wartburg, it's number 40, Josh Gailing, who has 6, and on the other end, it's number 30, and that is Dylan Sortillo, who also has 6. In addition to that, it's Brett Benning, who came off the bench and got the quick 5, the 2, and then the 3-point range. We've got some highlights for you here, so you can enjoy those. Clayton, what are you seeing here early on from both sides that's really resulting in this fast-paced rhythm of the game?
Well, from Augustana, I'm seeing a lot of great rebounding. I think that on the offensive glass now they've missed some of those looks, some of those bunnies in and out. We've seen that. That's been a theme so far, but they're getting on the offensive glass. I think that could pay off for them later on in the game. The Wartburg side, they're just aggressive going downhill towards the paint, getting to the rim, and I think that has boded well. That has boded well for them, obviously, with the early lead.
That's right. Both teams coming out of the media timeout. Thank you, Clayton, for your analysis. And funny, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but those Augustana faithful who made the trip down from the Illinois area to get down to Hope, and they were giving a hard time to Kalen as he was getting ready to inbound that one, and it's Wasty for 3. That left-handed release won't go this time. Coming the other direction with Simon. Simon with the left hand, looks over his defender, now gives it back. That's Johnson who catches, gives off to Sortillo, and now on the wing to 23, Shatner. Quick movement once again, finds Johnson. Pass back to Shatner. Now Sortillo. Thought about going in with it, nowhere to go really. Now has to go in, he finds Johnson. Johnson doing some work with the big body. That one's actually going to be swatted off the glass, and somehow it was able to fall in. So a little bit of fortune there for Johnston. Nice crossover move here. That's Weber bringing it across for the Knights. He's able to find Kalen. Kalen back to Weber. Weber's going to get a screen here from Gailing. Gives it back to Gailing. Gailing takes it up strong right against Micah Martin. Martin stands tall but can't do anything about that, and Gailing's just going to lay that one in. He's got 8. He's been a force down low.
Yeah, simple pick and roll action. Beautiful finish with the left hand.
Simon gives it off to Shatner. Shatner picks up his dribble and hands off to Sortillo. Sortillo backs up for a minute and gives to Johnson, who's outside the perimeter, and now Simon on the wing. Back inside to Johnson. Johnson is about surrounded by Knights there, as he was a lone Viking in Knights territory. Can't get the jumper to fall, and this one will be brought forward by Kalen, who gives to Cannon. Ball movement all the way around. Eventually Weber holds. Now he comes through the paint, picks up at about the foul line, trying to use the backboard there. That one's off, and now Simon wants to run it, brings it forward, kicks out to the wing. Nothing doing there from Shatner, and now Sortillo has it over his head. Almost walked there, might have got away with one. And now back out to the wing. Shatner has it, jump stop, has to go to Simon. Simon has to corral the pass. Nice crossover move, goes inside to Micah Martin, who has nowhere to go with it. He kind of had it in between his bicep and his hand, but nonetheless on the way up was grabbed. So it'll be the big man, Micah Martin, at the line shooting 2.
Yeah, they do not know what to do with Micah Martin down low. He's just too big right now. They're just still trying to figure out how to play him. They just wrapped him up and grabbed him.
Yeah, that's one thing. I mean, it's pretty hard to tell who the bigs are on this Knights team because everybody is about the same, but Micah Martin can't connect from the line as Orange will check back in for the Vikings. In addition to that, it's going to be number 22, Ryan Stolken. And I might have missed, no, it's number 10, Cam Kickbush, back into the game for the Knights. Martin, second opportunity up. This one's going to rattle around and fall. So 26-20, Wartburg still in control here. We are 5.5 minutes from the break here. Kickbush brings it forward. Hands it off. That's Wasty. Wasty comes across, nowhere to go, has to almost threw it out of bounds, but Cannon somehow athletically was able to keep that one in, and now a nice looking dribble move, but then eventually puts it off his own foot. He wanted a foul call there. Clayton Safety, the referee had nothing to say about that, and it's going the opposite direction now as Augustana will take over.
Yeah, I think that I don't think that was a foul there. I think it's been a pretty physical game down low, but that's not one that the refs are willing to call and that we've seen so far today.
Simon on the wing. He hands off to Orange. Orange goes right then left, gives it back to Simon. Simon goes baseline, hands it off to Micah Martin. That's a nice looking pass there from number 12, Lucas Simon, who came in and was just able to hand off the ball to Martin underneath the basket, and Martin used his size, but it's kick push the other direction. Couple looping crossover moves. And now that one is with Ehrman, I believe it was on the side. No, sorry, my apologies. Kalen going to the basket. He can't get the layup to fall, and Orange brings it across. Finds Sortillo at the key. Thought about the long-range shot. Instead, his pass is picked off by Martin, and now in transition, the foul is going to be on Lucas Simon. So that'll be the 5th foul on Augustana, as both teams now have 5. And we'll get a couple of substitutions as it's Brett Benning back into the game and Noah Ebel. In addition to that, we will see Brandon Shatner. Inbound pass comes in to Kickbush. Kickbush now faces up his defender. His defender is Ebel. Gives it off to Wasty. Wasty looks over his options, hands to Cannon. Cannon goes left then right, now takes on Martin into the lane. He's going to get that one to rattle around and fall. So that'll be 28-22 as Jared Cannon now has 5 points.
A strong move there, going right into Micah Martin, the biggest guy on the floor. He didn't care.
Yeah, Micah Martin, just a freshman, still a lot to learn, but obviously he can't teach size, Clayton Safey, and he is naturally just a presence down low. Here's Ebel. Hands off to Orange. Orange comes across. Big head fake there by Shatner. Now back up top to Orange. Shatner on the wing gets the extra pass, and that'll be Ebel for 3. That one's not going to go, but the rebound is going to go long over one Vikings head, and now in transition it's Wasty. Sorry, that's not Wasty. That's number 22, Ryan Stolken. And Stolken was going to be fouled on the way up. Their jump ball, my apologies. And this one will stick with Wartburg. But with the media timeout one, our last one of the first half, another chance for Clayton and I, mainly me, to catch my breath. And Clayton, you see it, not a high-scoring game. Only 50 points between the two teams here late in the first half. But once again, what do you think your keys to success moving forward are for each of these teams?
Well, the way Wartburg is playing, they're holding off Augustana by playing some great defense. Augustana's only shooting 30% right now from the floor, as you see some of the early first half highlights going on right now. But I think it's really been defense for Wartburg that's kept them in this lead. They haven't really given it up. We saw Augustana go on a little mini run, but they are still they're still up 6 as we speak right now.
Great, and thanks once again, Clayton. Yeah, I see the presence down low, obviously, for Augustana. It's Donovan Ferguson and Micah Martin, and, you know, we talk about the size, but you can't discount Josh Gayling on the opposite team, as he has got to look over at the stats real quick, and Gayling, who's not on the floor, see if we can find him. You'd think it'd be easier than this.
Yeah,
he's got 8.
points.
Yeah, that's right. And so Gayling inside having a big night so far, at least for the Knights. And now here's an inbounds pass, and pass right back underneath, but an extra pass once again. Great ball movement there, as I believe that was number 3, Kalen, catching it under the basket, basically just had to stop and pop, but instead kicked it out wide. And why not take 3 points when you thought you were going to get 2? That looked like a foul as Martin took it up strong. He gets the basket to fall either way. Nothing doing from the referees, as we are about just 3 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Stolken on the wing. He comes in with the left hand, goes right at Martin, and then that pass is going to come off of Stolken at the end of that. So Wasty was looking for Stolken underneath, and I don't know who it hit at the end, but then it falls out of bounds, and Augustana will take over possession. Shatner goes inside, jumper there. That one won't fall. That was 34, Bennig looking for it. Out top to Kickbush. Kickbush goes up with the right hand. He's going to be fouled and gets the basket to fall as Micah Martin caught him with the body. So now at the line, it'll be number 10, Kickbush.
Yeah, Kickbush didn't care. He just went right into Micah Martin. Strong move, took the contact, took the blow, and just went right up with it. Gets the and one.
And the foul shot won't go, and long rebound eventually after it was tipped comes to Orange. Orange will bring it across. Pretty quiet game for Orange this far. He finds Ebel on the wing. Ebel comes across, gives it up top to Shatner. Orange looking to go inside, nothing doing, kicks to Ebel, back to Orange now, who goes to Shatner on the wing. Orange, one dribble, then to Ebel. 10 to shoot here for Augustana. Still no penetration for the Vikings inside. Shatner gives back to Ebel. He's going to have to shoot from 3. He's bumped afterwards. Won't matter as he knocks it down. 33-27. Nice looking stroke there from Nolan Ebel. Cannon on the wing for the Knights. Once tipped around, but Cannon will collect. Fakes left, then goes right. Has to leave it. Nice no-look pass there. Wasty directing traffic now. Goes with the left hand. He takes it in strong. Turnaround now goes with the left hand, and that one's going to be blocked by Martin. So Martin, no foul there, but instead makes his presence felt. And Kickbush was going to try to keep that in bounds as he just kind of came out of nowhere. Sorry, that's Kalen. Leonard Kalen comes in with the right hand and basically just snuck out of nowhere. Ninja-esque, if you ask me. I didn't even see him, but the referee did see him step on the line. Benning will inbound to Ebel. You know, Clayton Safey, calling a name like Benning with my last name being Binning, I'm out here and keep on confusing myself.
Yeah.
Up top to Ebel. Ebel for 3. Same spot as the last possession, and just like that, one more Ebel 3 would tie it up. It's 33-30. Knights still with the 3-point lead.
That's a big shot. Let's see if they can get a stop here.
Jumper from just inside the perimeter. That was number 10, Cam Kickbush. And Orange will bring it the other direction. Augustana on a bit of a run here. We're about to eclipse a minute to go in the first half. Here's Sortillo on the line. He tries to go inside to Benning. It's going to be ripped away eventually with a combination of Stolkin and Wasty. And now Cannon will slow it up. And the Knights want to talk things over. So 51.5 seconds to go in the first half. Knights still in the lead over the Vikings, 33-30.
Yeah, Augustana trying to make a push here as we near the halfway mark in this ball game. They're looking to get it outside. You've seen Ebel a couple of times hit the 3, trying to get some inside-out action, but right now it's all Ebel making things happen, knocking down a shot. We saw that one with the hand in the face, and then that second one just wide open. So some good action they're running, and I think that Wartburg is a little frustrated with the defense the last 2-3 possessions.
Yeah, we're seeing some highlights now as that was Lucas Simon just laying that one off. And now we're going to get a couple looks at Ebel, who knocked down these 2 threes. There was the bump, maybe a foul there, and then one more time he knocked one down. We won't get a look at that one as play's about to be on right in front of us. So the Knights with possession. With 51.5 seconds to go, they've been in control this entire first half, but obviously Augustana on a mini run here to close the half. So the Knights are looking to finish strong just like they started. Here's Wasty. He dishes back to Kickbush. No, that's Kalen for 3. Keep on mixing up Kickbush and Kalen. My apologies for all of you at home with the beards. They're hard to tell apart if I can't see their number. Now inside to Benning. Augustana with a chance. Orange on the wing. It's 36-30. Ebel wants another one from straight away. This one's well off, and the rebound comes down to Kalen. Kalen brings it across, kicks to Kickbush, and now inside. That one was blocked. I thought Micah Martin got all ball there. Sorry, that's Donovan Ferguson actually into the game, not Micah Martin. So Donovan Ferguson now with 2, Micah Martin with 2, and as a result, number 22, Ryan Stolkin, will be at the line. Chance to extend this lead to 8 with 16.8 left on the clock. First one short. Here's another look at the foul as we're going to get Cannon back into the game as Kickbush will take a break. And Stolkin will have another look at it. This one's long, so nothing doing at the free throw stripe for the Knights. And last shot of the half will go to Ebel. Ebel brings it to Orange. 5 seconds to go. Orange wants the last shot, steps to his left, the three ball looks good, nothing but net, 36-33. So there you have it. He just shoots the ball well as the buzzer is about to sound. Wow. So Orange knocks down the last basket of the half, 36-33 in favor of the Knights. We'll take a 15-minute break, but stay right there. We'll be back. It's Steve Binning alongside Clayton Safey. Stay tuned for some first half highlights, and we'll see you right here for the second half. Welcome back to DeVos Fieldhouse, and we're getting ready for some second half action between the Augustana Vikings and the Wartburg Knights. Once again, Steve Binnick alongside Clayton Safey. And if you're looking forward to the second matchup of tonight, that will be between Hanover and Hope. I'll be on the call alongside Carly Van Swoel, so stay tuned for that one. However, we've still got a second half action in front of us. This one will be between, once again, the Augustana Vikings and the Wartburg Knights. And it was the Knights who jumped out to the early lead, maintained what was as large as a 7-point lead. But at the end of the first half, it was the Vikings who went on a little bit of a mini run, Clayton, and they really just stormed right back into this one, and it was the 3 by Orange that brought them within 3 right before the conclusion of the first half. So, Clayton, what are you seeing from both of these teams moving forward?
Yeah, well, Augustana definitely has the size advantage. And what the Knights have tried to do to counteract that, the Knights of Wartburg, they're trying to go to that 2-3 zone. We've seen them have some success in it and try to exploit their quickness against the size of Augustana. On the other end, the Knights are playing good offense. They're getting inside. They're driving downhill. I like their aggressiveness, the way they get to the rim. They've brought a couple and ones, a couple foul calls. So they're getting downhill. And, you know, I really enjoy both these teams running up and down the floor. It's been exciting action so far.
Yeah, that's right, and we talked a little bit about it, Clayton. It's really just been, I mean, up and down, up and down. We've only seen both of these teams probably set an offense about 2 times, maybe 3 times maximum. So moving forward, I mean, Clayton, are you expecting both of these teams to keep on sprinting up and down the floor?
Yeah, I don't expect that to change. I think the pace of this game has been set. And both teams like to play that way from what we've gathered so far from watching the first half. So I think it's going to be up and down. It's going to be exciting. Who's going to take over this ball game and pull away?
Augustana will start with it, and we've talked a little bit about it here in the first half, but our 7 faithful for the Vikings have now changed outfits completely.
He is in Rock Island, Illinois.
So just got some word from Alan Babbitt that Augustana is in Rock Island, Illinois, and I'm not too good at geography, Clayton Safey, so if Rock Island isn't anywhere near Chicago, as the boys from Rock Island are going to get the scoring underway here. So my apologies to all of the Augie fans out there as they've been listening to me call the game thus far, but once again, 36-35 here. Wartburg still with the lead. The Knights are in possession. Wild shot there is actually going to fall. That was number 12, Nate Wasty, as he got knocked around but was able just to throw one up over there. Ebo the other direction, floater through the lane. That one's going to fall off the rim. No good. And now Cannon will bring it down. Sorry, that's not Cannon. That's Weber for Wartburg.
We're already seeing that pace up and down here in the second half.
Wasty pulls up from mid-range. That one won't go. Martin's going to track down the rebound and hand it off to Ebel. Ebel brings it across. Leaves it for Sartillo. Now down inside. No basket and a hold. That one's going to be on Josh Gayling. Got to look out for that, as I think that's going to be Gayling's 3rd.
Yeah, not even a bad foul there. He had position. That was going to be a nice drop step to the rim. Gayling, I think, saved 2 points.
Yeah, so Gayling's going to go to the bench with 3. Clifton Brown back into the game for the Knights. Ebel's got to get this one in, as we're now at 4 seconds. He does to Johnston. Kicks back out up top. Good ball movement here. So the men, well, the Vikings, I should say, get the first couple points of the half, and we've got a tie ball game for the first time since 0-0, Clayton.
Here we go. It's going to be a fun ride here.
That's right. Weber brings it across. Kicked out wide to the corner. Now comes across inside to Clifton Brown. Brown lost it for a second, then steps through and once again loses the basketball as that one was hit away. And now Orange brings it forward. Augie on a little bit of a run once again, but this one's breaking up. It's going to come across to, believe that, now we're going to get a blocking foul. That was number 23, Weber, coming in. He took the feed from Kalen, and the blocking foul is going to be called on what I think will end up being Ebel, if I'm not mistaken. Ebel or So it's 30. That'll be Sortillo. So Dylan Sortillo picks up his second, only the first foul on Augustana this half.
And give Weber a lot of credit. He saw the defender sitting there in good position. He kind of angled himself over to the right and made a good play to get to the rim. That's a block. That's a good call.
Yeah, you're right, Clayton. We just saw a replay of it. So nice looking move there by Weber to get out of the way and obviously get to the line as he converts both. So just like that, the Knights are up 2 once more. Ebel hands it off to Orange. Martin sets a screen for Orange. Orange right outside the perimeter. We talked about it, Clayton. He's knocked down those last 2 shots in the past 2 games and knocked down the last shot of the first half with that buzzer beater 3. So he wants the ball in his hands as time expires, but he seems to be comfortable dishing it off. And now Martin, look at the patience there, Clayton. I mean, he catches it underneath. You expect the big man to take it up strong. He holds it and just waits for the defenders to jump out of the way, and will take it up with the right hand calmly and lays it in, 40-40. Off the back of a defender here as Weber gave it away, and now it's tipped away by Kalen, and now Kalen will eventually gather it, and now there's going to be a foul called on Orange. Clayton, what are you seeing there?
Yeah, a little sloppy play there, but picked up by Kalen. That was definitely a foul, kind of out of control there by Orange. Got to stay away from reaching in there.
Yeah, that's right. I just think a little bit of anxious play there from Orange, and like you said, a little bit of sloppy play. So a couple different substitutions. Jordan Cannon's back in the game. And now we're getting some contact. No foul call, just some whistleblowing from the referees as they don't like what they're seeing. Now the pass is going to go into Brown, so obviously that's the play. He hands off to Cannon. Cannon goes right, now left, now spins through the paint, has to take a wild step, thought it was going to fall. Instead it comes out to Martin, and now Ebel with the chance, and Augustana wants to take the lead here. Pass inside, that's Johnston. Johnston has it, nowhere to go, goes backwards, but instead just finds a man in white, so the Knights will bring it the other direction with Leonard Kalen. Kalen crossover move, now pulls up from 3 with the right hand, won't go. Ebel came down, but he just hands it right off to Kalen, and now Kalen takes it in strong, but that one's partially blocked by Martin. Outside to Sortillo. Sortillo in transition 3. That one left short, bounces around, won't fall. And now comes to Cannon, who has to spin away from a defender. And Cannon will take on another defender into the lane with the right hand, gets it off the glass and gets it to fall. So Cannon kind of just put everything on his own shoulders there and carried his team to another 2 points. Ebel gives it off to Sortillo. Now back to Orange. Sortillo once more. Thought about the 3 ball, and then he's caught from behind by Cannon. That one will go out of bounds, but will stick with the Vikings. Donovan Ferguson's back in. We're going to see Brett Benning. We're also going to see number 23, Brandon Shatner. For the Knights. Inbounds play here. Augustana has it. Top of the perimeter. Ebel was double teamed there, but goes across to Sortillo, who now goes down low to Ferguson. Ferguson missed his intended target, but instead it went all the way out. That was number 23, Shatner. So once again, some fortune for the Vikings, but Shatner gathers and knocks down the 3, 43-42. Augustana has their first lead of the game, and if they ever had a lead, it was very early on in this one. Other direction, kicked out. Wartburg, 3 opportunity. That one's not going to go. Rebound comes down to Ebel. So Wartburg's not shooting as well as they did in the first half here early on in the second. It's Sortillo. Kicked across to Shatner. Shatner fakes the 3 and now drives the lane, goes baseline, tries to go back across. He can't find anyone except for Cam Kickbush. Kickbush will slow it down and hands off to Kalen. Kalen goes back to Brown. Brown, nice move there with the right hand. That one's a little strong. And Ferguson's going to be able to gather and hands it off to Ebel. Ebel goes back down to Shatner. Now inside to Benning. Benning back to the basket, back out top. Finds Sortillo. Sortillo, spin move to Shatner. Shatner fakes the shot, comes all the way back across to Ebel. Ebel takes on 2 defenders. Now up top to Shatner. 10 to shoot. Left side for Shatner. He goes back to Benning. Benning thought about the 3 ball, now goes down low. Ferguson gathers, has to take it up, can't get it off, and once again, another shot clock violation. Benning was unaware, was just trying to gather the basketball, and with that being our first stoppage under 16 minutes, we're gonna take a media timeout here. Augustana has taken the lead, 43-42, but this one is a close one. We'll get some highlights here for you from the second half thus far.
Yeah, that's that early one, that early action that kind of sparked a little bit of run there for Augustana. Dunk.
Yeah, the 3 ball outside. That one was Sortillo knocking it down. And once again, Micah Martin, who had the early dunk. What a patient play there from the freshman. I mean, he basically just put the ball in his lap and waited for the defenders. And here's the one we were just talking about. That's Shatner knocking down the 3 from outside. So the pass that looked like it was going wayward found its intended target, and then the shot finds its intended target, and that's the basket for 3 points.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good. A little bit of case of that there. Nonetheless, knocks in the 3.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I mean, for Augustana, they just seemed to come out with a lot more confidence in the second half. They were only down 3 at halftime, but never really overcame that gap in the first half. They have the lead right now, 43-42. So let's see if they can sustain that and continue, playing with that confidence that we've seen.
Yeah, that's what they'll be looking to do, Augustana. Clayton, sorry for cutting you off there.
No.
Once again, always appreciate your insight, and makes my job a lot easier when we're doing this play-by-play action. We're back on with some action here as Wartburg takes over. They're looking to regain the lead on this possession as Wasty will bring it across for the Knights. He gives it back to Kickbush. Kickbush gives down, that's Kalen. My apologies, not Kalen. Couldn't see around the referee. That's Sabis. Sabis back into the game. Had a big couple minutes early on, but he can't get that one to fall. And now Ebel is going to grab it, and then he's tripped up from behind by Kickbush.
Yeah, just a frustration foul there by Kickbush. You see Ebel come away with that loose ball.
Yeah, and Sabis, like I was just saying, Clayton, I mean, he had what was, if I can find his name up top, he had 8 points early on, or is that the other side? No. 4 points early on, but they were 2 tough baskets as it's Ebel with 8 points on the other side wearing the number 14. But Sabis, nonetheless, just really went cold after that, and I think that was a little bit of what we saw, the energy starting to fall away from the Knights, as in this case it's Orange on the other side as he commits a double dribble violation. So ball right back to the Knights. Inbound pass goes to Sabis. Sabis will hand off to Kickbush. Kickbush, couple between the leg dribbles and then brings it across. He gets a screen there from Brown and another screen from Brown, and now Kickbush from mid-range pulls up. That one won't go. Rebound by Ferguson. Ebel pushes, goes back outside to Benning. Now back to Ebel, who goes across. That's Shatner. Shatner inside to Benning. Benning puts it on the floor, goes up with the left hand off the glass. Nice move there. 45-42 here.
A smooth move in traffic, going to his left. Little lefty hook action there off the glass.
Yeah, nice looking touch there. As we're already 6.5 minutes into this second half. 13:25 now to play. Here's Sabis trying to get going again, but like I said, he just can't seem to get that lid off the basket since those first 4 points. In a fight for the ball, ends up with Ebel grabbing it, and he'll find Benning in transition. Benning wants to run with it, but he's going to get called for a carry right in front of the Augustana faithful, who can't believe it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think he was just a little hesitation move there, but nonetheless may have got that hand underneath the ball.
Yeah, that's right. And the trailing referee, I believe, had the best angle on that one, as we might get a little bit of a replay here. Yeah, so I can see it a little bit underneath the overaction, and that's what the referee's looking for on those carry calls. Here's Kickbush. He's guarded there by number 12, Lucas Simon, who's back in the game. Kickbush takes it down strong, and now Simon's going to get called for a foul as he's got to keep his hands up, as Orange is trying to tell him. So obviously when Christian Orange is looking at you and saying keep your hands up, we saw Lucas Simon get called for a foul earlier when he was just kind of running right at a defender. And we're going to get another, it's not a media timeout. I think Wartburg wants to talk things over for 30 seconds. So with 13:06 here left in the ball game, it's 45 Augustana and then 42 Wartburg. So we actually will take this as our media timeout with 13:06 to go, as our in-house announcer Darren just informed us that it will move to a full timeout. So here early on, again, not much scoring, as the score at halftime was 36-33, and it's only 45-42, just flipped in the opposite direction, of course. And I mean, it's been some good shooting here from Ebel, particularly for Augustana in the first half, and then we saw Shatner knock one down. And then, but really, it's been Martin underneath, and he had that dunk, and that was really the energy booster, I believe, for Augustana and the Vikings coming out. And then, like I talked about earlier, just that patient move from the freshman underneath the basket. And I was saying it earlier, it's very difficult to teach size because that's dang near impossible. But you want to teach patience, and that is a close second. I mean, that is just something that naturally has to come to any athlete. And we see Micah Martin. It seems like he has a bright future in front of him in an Augustana uniform.
Yeah, I can't tell you how much about how impressed I am with the activity he has on both ends of the floor. We saw it, like you said, very active, but patient as well on the offensive end.
Yeah, and here's a kicked ball is Sawyer Herman, and that's right. I mean, Micah Martin really has been running the floor very well. He is clearly the biggest guy on the floor. And we're getting some conversation here between the head coach for Augustana and Micah Martin, as once again it's Brown who is getting talked to by the referees, and now we're going to get a travel as Brown couldn't slow down after making the catch. He feels he was pushed, but instead it will just go back to Augustana, and the Augustana faithful loves it right along the base or the sideline there. Here's Simon. Lucas Simon brings it across, gives to Shatner, now to Orange, back to Simon. Simon slows for a moment, and yep, I saw that one from here as Shatner leaned right into his defender with the offensive foul, the moving screen, and now Shatner's going to come off.
It's another turnover there for Augustana. 13 turnovers already, obviously with the three-point lead, but if they want to keep this lead, they got to keep it under control offensively, be a little more efficient. Yeah, right, and that's now Dylan Sortillo is back into the game as the the Knights will bring it across. Vikings playing some close defense. Brown on the wing. Goes right then left. Gives it back to Sabis. Sabis wants to go in with the right hand. That one is just clobbered by Martin. Nice block there. Brown gets the rebound, however, and Sabis wants to take it up strong. Hands off to Brown. He shows some patience. No foul called and a block from behind. And eventually it's just going to fall right into Martin. The Wartburg fans want the whistle. I can hear him behind me just screaming for it. It might have looked like a foul, and now it's going to be a foul on the other end, as that's number 12, Simon, getting in on the action, and it looks like he was going up, so he'll shoot too. Yeah, they wanted that whistle on the other end. I thought the first one was a clean block. They were complaining about both of those too. May got a little body on that second block there by Orange, but man, some athleticism being shown there for Augustana. 2 blocks, same possession. Yeah, and I believe it's a head coach Gray Giovanna, and as Lucas Simon knocks down the first, and we saw it as Shatner came off the bench. I don't know if you caught this, Clayton, but Giovanna literally grabbed Shatner by the looseness on his jersey and pulled him in close. So he clearly runs a tight ship over there, and he is not liking what he's seeing from his team. Just like that, that's the three-point play from number 4 for Sawyer Herman. And it's 45-46 here. Still Augustana in the lead. Orange straight away, gives inside to Benning. Benning falling away from the basket. That one hits the back iron, won't go. Rebound by Kickbush. Kickbush brings it forward, goes to Herman. Sawyer Herman steps right, now wants to fire again. This one won't go, a little strong, but the rebound's gonna come down to a Knight. And now Sabis with nowhere to go, hands off to Kickbush. Kickbush spins back, looks for Sabis again. Simon with active hands, got a hand on it, but it will stick with the Knights. And now it's Wasty. Goes to Sabis again with the right hand. He's going to be fouled this time. My apologies. I just called Ryan Stolken as Wasty. But Nate Wasty's not on the floor. So once again, that's Ryan Stolken. But it will be 14, Jaron Sabis at the line. And we're going to get a media timeout here. A little bit of a push here we're seeing from Wartburg. They're starting to get their confidence back as we saw them play like that in the first half. I mean, kind of got away from them a little bit to start that to start this half. We saw a 12-6 run for Augustana, but now we're seeing some guys like Sabis get a little more involved. He hasn't made a shot yet this half, but I've seen him do some things with the ball in his hands and trying to set up his teammates.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Clayton. And as we're moving along in this second half, hard to believe that there's already 8.5 minutes and a handful of ticks in addition to that off the clock. It's been a lot tighter. Good defense from both sides, but like you talked about, Clayton, just some sloppy play. And,
Yeah.
I mean, both of these teams are not making the most of their possessions, and that might be why head coach Giovanna for Augustana is not happy, because, I mean, they've had the opportunities, and when they took the lead from this night's team, that being the Vikings, they had the chance to really jump out and just establish themselves as the true leaders of this game, and they missed those opportunities. And now, with Sabis at the line, Wartburg has the opportunity to jump right back into the lead.
Yeah, turnovers have been killers so far, start this second half, despite taking the lead for Augustana.
Sabis, first one, really no arc on it, but it'll fall. And it will be 23 Nick Weber back into the game for the Knights, as Kickbush will take a break and Wasty will take out Brown. So now Wasty is on the floor despite my missed call of his name earlier. Stoken's still out there. And once again, Sabis knocks it down. So 47-46, the Knights are back in the lead over the Vikings of Augustana. Here's Johnston. Johnston with the right hand. Back iron won't go. Rebound is tipped around, and then it's gonna, thought it might have come off of Johnston, as that was, I think that was Stoken underneath trying to throw it off of an Augustana player, but he stepped out of bounds before he could do so. So with a fresh shot clock, Augustana will have possession of the basketball ball.
A good idea by Augustana on that possession. Get it inside to Johnston in the middle of that zone.
Martin catches the inbounds pass. That one's tipped away. Players on the floor here, and we're eventually just going to get a jump.
He called timeout. He wanted one. They called a jump ball first.
Yeah, so, and that was, I mean, Martin was on the floor, so not a good job by the officiating staff there, as I saw that one for a couple seconds before it even happened. And
yeah, they lose the possession over that.
yeah, Giovanna, I can't believe it. He's not happy with the officiating staff either. Got a tee him up chant from the back. And now Sabis takes it in, goes underneath the basket. I don't even think he needed to do that, Clayton, but
yeah,
he felt he had to. And now Simon will hand it off for Orange at the other end. And now we're going to get a charge as Orange hit his head hard off the floor. I think he's okay.
Yeah, that is a charge. You see the replay there.
Yeah.
Clearly established the defender. He just charged in there. Orange a little bit out of control.
That's right, and now we're starting to see DeVos Fieldhouse fill up here in anticipation for our second matchup tonight, but yet still 10:50 left here in the first half. Here's Weber. Somehow got that pass to Sabis. Sabis goes underneath with the right hand. He's going to be fouled once again. I think this one's going to be either 30 or Martin.
We're seeing Sabis do a lot of what he did to open up the game and kind of get the Knights out to that lead. He's being aggressive, get downhill.
He is, yeah, and he's running right at players. And you said it earlier, Clayton, good things happen when you put your head down and run straight at your defender. Sabis is doing that once again. Sortillo picks up that foul as he caught him on his way to the basket. And Sabis, first shot goes, and he has a quick release when he shoots it in the run-up play. He also has a quick release to the line, but it works for him.
Yeah, they're knocking him down.
Sabis again with another chance here, and that one won't fall. Rebound comes to Johnston, and he gives it to Simon. Lucas Simon brings it across. Goes to Orange. Orange finds Simon. Now Simon back to Orange. Orange has it with the left hand, goes back to Simon. 23 Shatner. Simon, one dribble, goes to Orange. Orange for three. That one's going to be good. You know, Clayton, I don't know why he doesn't shoot the ball more.
Yeah, every time he's gotten a good look, he knocks it down. You can tell he's a very good shooter. As you said, he's very clutch as well, hitting a couple big shots to get them to this point.
Yeah, that's right. Here the Knights have it with the corner. Nice feed there. Wasty just waits for about 3 defenders to jump in the air. A couple ball fakes, and you got 3 Vikings just flying in the air through you, and he'll wait for the contact, and now he can't convert the basket, but he'll go to the line there. So nice play there by Wasty.
Yeah, Augustana's been aggressive going for those blocks, so it's amazing what a pump fake can do. Get 3 guys in the air, get you to the free throw stripe.
First one from Wasty left short, won't go. Benning is back into the game.
For Wartburg, number 24, Jordan Cannon.
Second one on the way from Wasty. That one falls. And now Simon will bring it across. Stopped there for a moment. He goes to Benning. Benning kicks out wide. Now that's Shatner. Shatner with nowhere to go. Steps through a couple defenders. Still nowhere to go. Gives it off to Simon. And now Shatner will collect again. So Orange on the wing now. Back to Shatner. Shatner thought about the 3-ball, but will pass it up and gives off to Simon. Simon inside to Benning. Benning with his back to the basket turns and fires with the left hand. Nice looking stroke there. It's 51-49 here. Augustana with the lead.
Benning's done a great job getting to that middle in that zone. Good things happen.
Quick turnover here. Orange wants to run with it. Lost it for a moment and then tips it off to Benning. Giving off to Martin inside. Martin with the strong right hand, using his size to his advantage. Knocks it down, 53-49. Here's Wasty on the wing. Knights need something to go for them. 3 opportunity, that will do it, but it doesn't fall, and then the long rebound eventually comes to Orange, and we're gonna get a foul here on number 4, Sawyer Herman.
Wartburg crowd not happy. Their bench not happy either. I don't think there was much contact there. I think Orange just kind of slipped.
That's right, but it's not Wartburg that's in foul trouble here in the second half. Instead, it's Augustana. They have 18 fouls on them. So obviously, as we continue along, that's going to be a factor moving forward. Here's Benning. He goes right to the basket with the left hand, but a little bit too strong. Martin is able to grab the rebound and then pushed out of bounds. So now we'll be on the baseline. And yeah, once again, another foul here. So 2 quick fouls. Those are both on Sawyer Herman. He's going to pick up his 3rd. Can't argue with that one. There was a lot of contact underneath, and I think that one was more of an obvious foul.
Yeah, I think he got tugged a little bit out of bounds.
Yeah, you're right, Clayton. And obviously, anytime that Martin's going to the floor, you know there has to be some contact. Ebel with it. He has to go deep. Goes to Benning, is able to keep his feet on this side of the timeline. Now Simon has it. Goes inside to Benning. He lost it for a moment. A little bit of miscommunication, but eventually he gets it to Ebel. Ebel to Orange. Now back to Ebel for 3. That one's going to be left short, and Cannon comes down with the rebound. Cannon brings it across. Knights are looking for a basket here. 8:36 to go. Cannon goes right then left and is going to be fouled by Ebel. And now Ebel will pick up his first foul, so nothing doing there, but Cannon will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. From Cannon left short, rebound comes to Martin. So obviously, when you're in the 1-on-1 situation, you got to convert those opportunities because that's what's going to keep you in the ballgame. Here's Simon. He had a wide open look, but won't pull the trigger. Has another wide open look. Again, same pump fake. And now it's given off to Orange. Orange fakes left, back to Simon. Now Ebel with it. Ebel, Simon going with the left hand. Goes down low, that's Martin. Martin goes inside, nice extra pass to Benning. He can't get it to fall, but he'll still be at the line to shoot 2. Once again, the maturity showed there by Micah Martin as he has the know-how to dish one deeper inside.
Yeah, and Micah Martin draws so much attention when he catches it behind that zone. They all turn to him. He got it to Benning, and he's going to be at the line for 2.
See some comments on the live stream video that are starting to make me giggle to myself as it's comments about, once again, head coach Clayton. If you want to look over here, Gray Giovanni, and these guys are commenting on the the jacket coming off, and that's when they know things are getting serious, which is funny. Benning knocks down the first. My apologies, he misses the first, but he'll convert on the second. Actually, he knocked down both. I'm looking at the wrong side of the scoreboard. I'm all over the place here tonight, Clayton Safey, so thanks for keeping me in check. Taken inside by number 23, Nick Weber. Can't get it to go. Ball eventually will run out of bounds, and now we're going to get a media timeout here as we are under 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Augustana has jumped out to a 6-point lead, and they really have all the momentum and all the control here as the Wartburg fans behind us, Clayton, are making that very obvious.
Yeah, Augustana has come out in this second half, and we talked about it early in the half. The confidence they're playing with has been just almost a different kind of attitude, a different kind of ball team that you're seeing in this second half. It's paid off for them. Orange hit a couple big shots early in the half to get them going. He's been aggressive. And then you cannot say enough about Micah Martin. He's the tied leading scorer here with Benning. Both of the bigger guys on the team, both with 11 points. Micah Martin, 8 rebounds, so he's been very active down low. Had a lot of success against kind of this undersized, and wouldn't necessarily say undermatched Wartburg team, but definitely undersized.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And we haven't seen a lot of Josh Gailing in this second half, and he was really just the mover and the shaker down low for Wartburg. But even then, I mean, we talked about it, Clayton. It's difficult to tell who the big guys on that Wartburg team are because they just really don't have any. Obviously, you look at the likes of Clifton Brown, you look at the likes of Josh Gailing, but those guys aren't comparing to Micah Martin in size. And so down low, it really has been a battle that has been won by Augustana thus far. But of course, Wartburg has 8 minutes to see if they can't capitalize and turn that around. And here's a quick trap as Ebel has nowhere to go. Somehow gets it out to Simon. Nice
Very
play there by
aggressive
Ebel.
there on that trap.
And a 3-ball from Bennig. That one won't go. Going to be tipped around. Simon's going to come down with it eventually. Nope, he lost it. And now it's going to come off of Martin, who ends up sitting on his butt. He had it in his hands and just kind of pounding on his leg as he wanted that one. But this one will turn over to the Knights. It's
both teams now trying to pressure each other, trying to get some turnovers, get some easy buckets.
That's right. Here's Weber. He goes with the left hand. Back out to Cannon. Cannon comes right, then left. Now right again. Goes up with the right hand against Martin. Nice looking take there from Jordan Cannon. Took it right at the big fella Micah Martin. And he'll just lay it off the glass for an easy 2. Here's Simon. Comes back across to Ebel, then Orange. Orange had a chance, one more, but passes it up. Now down low to Martin. Martin goes inside to Benning. Benning going to work with the left hand. That one's going to rattle around and fall. Nice looking take there from number 34, and that's Brett Benning. Hard screen there from Brown. Long 2 won't go. That was Weber looking for it. Came off the glass, won't fall, and now Orange pushes forward for Augustana. Benning gives one more to Ebel. Ebel on the wing, dribbles back out, finds Orange. Orange will hand to Ebel. Back to Orange. Ebel with it. Goes inside to Simon. Benning had it, lost it for a moment, now takes it again. Goes back to Orange. Orange for 3 again, and he's 3 for 3 from deep.
Yeah, Orange, this half is almost a different player. You talked about it earlier. Why is he not shooting more? He's decided to change that and spend to the benefit of Augustana. Could have been a foul there on Simon.
Yeah, Krishan Orange looks for it again, and even when he's running back, he gets that elbow in there, but a little bit of grace from the referees as he won't be called there for a foul. Now back to Brown. Brown goes right at Martin. Lots of contact. Can't get the right runner to go, and Wartburg just can't get any basket to fall. And now it's Ebel. He's going to win the race to the basket. He can't get that one to fall. And now finally a foul on Martin. So that will be Martin's 4th. That's a big foul. Coaching staff tells him to play through it. So lots of faith in the freshman, but with 5:46 left, Micah Martin has picked up his 4th foul. And just like that, instead, I believe there's a little bit of a disagreement there. And Donovan Ferguson comes up to the table as he's going to check in, I assume, after this first shot, as Wartburg is now into the double bonus.
Yeah, tough foul there for Micah Martin. Kind of an inadvertent bump, but nonetheless, that was a foul. Sent the guy to the floor, so tough call, tough break.
Cannon knocks down the first, so there's the first bucket in a while for the Wartburg Knights. And now Martin to the bench as Ferguson comes back in, and it'll be kick push back into the game for the Knights. Cannon, second shot, rattles and falls. Inbounds play coming up from Benning. Benning goes to Simon. Simon gives it off to Benning. Benning now into the perimeter, but elects to come back out to Ebel. Orange has it, gives off to Simon. Ebel on the wing, goes down low. Ferguson back out. Simon thought about it once, thinks about it twice, puts the shot up, won't fall, and it's going to come down to Cannon for the Knights as Wartburg brings it across. That's Wasty on the wing. He was grabbed all over, nothing doing. Brown now takes it up with the right hand, can't get it to fall, and Simon wants to take it, but lost his dribble, now gathers again, and Orange looking to split a couple defenders. Now goes across to Ebel. Ebel runs right at Cannon, has to dish it out up top. Simon somehow able to tip that over a defender and now walks it back out to Orange. Orange passes up the 3 and now pulls up from inside the foul line. That one's gonna rattle around basically like a toilet flush there as it just spun around on the rim and then falls through.
Yeah, Krishan Orange has been spectacular here in this second half.
Nice looking take there as that's a quick bucket for Cam Kickbush, but you are right, Clayton, as really Krishan Orange has just been incredible here in the second half and really making a difference for Augustana. And now in transition, it'll be a foul, and that'll be the 7th. So Ebel's going to go to the line. He knows it and takes the jog down to the line.
Yeah, and that was a foul on Kalen. No doubt about that.
Yeah, Leonard Kalen just getting a little bit over aggressive there. We're going to see Brown come back to the bench. Yeah, and it's Ryan Stolken back into the game for Wartburg. At the line, number 14, Nolan Ebel for Augustana. First one up and good. He'll shoot another. It's 63-55, 4:35 left in the ballgame. Ebel gets his second to fall as well, and now Johnston will come in as Brett Benning is going to go to the line, or back to the bench, my apologies. Sabis is back into the game for Wartburg.
It's a big stretch here for the Knights. Got to get back in this one.
You're right, Clayton, and Sabis is the guy, like you were talking about, who has been at least putting in some good minutes, and here he is with the basketball. Gives it back out to Kickbush. Kickbush hands off to Wasty. Wasty goes with the right hand, takes it in strong, now switches to the left. Nice looking take there. Lots of composure from Nate Wasty, and that one will go right back to Augustana, 64-57 in favor of the Vikings. Orange on the wing. Comes back to Ebel. Ebel thought about it, passes up, and now goes back to Orange. Orange thought about it as well. Back to Ebel, who will fire. He's knocked down, gets the 3 to go, and now will go to the line to shoot 1. So he's going to have a chance to convert the 4-point play. That's huge for the Vikings. What do you think, Clayton?
And that's his favorite spot on the floor. We've seen him shoot 4 or 5 looks from that top of the key, the 3-point shot. He got knocked over in the first half, no call. Gets the call there. Chance for a 4-point play. You said it. That is so big for Augustana. They are up 10.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a replay on that one. As I don't know how much contact there was, but it's how Ebel releases it. You'll see it here on the replay. He kind of comes forward with it. That's actually not the one that we just saw, but we're looking at some other replays here. All of these for Augustana, and that's Benning going to work with the left hand. A nice lay in there. And now on the other end, it was Save Us, but the block by Martin. But then couple of rebounds, and here's Orange, who we've been talking about heating up from outside. He knocks that one down from the wing.
You can't say enough about Orange. He's got 13, 5 rebounds. Yeah, he's been huge in this second half especially.
Coming in, reading the notes, I mean, you expect Orange to be the guy for this Augustana team, and even though it's a quiet performance, he really is the guy. He just does the little things well, and that's something that we talk a lot about. I mean, us commentators here at Hope College, we like the guys that do the small things well, and definitely Krishan Orange is one of those guys, but like you said, so clutch. He's been knocking down those shots when it matters, but he seems to be a really smart player. Does not try to outdo himself, just knocks it down when he can. Speaking of clutch, here's Ebel at the line, and he has a chance to make this an 11-point lead for Augustana, trying to convert the 4-point play.
And talking about Orange, you said he does the small things well. He also does the big things well, too. He's a great player. In a lot of facets of the game. He's been aggressive on the boards as well as scoring the basketball.
You're right, Clayton, and thanks for clearing that one up. Here's Kickbush, brings it across. Ebel was able to knock down and convert the 4-point play, so it is 68-57 Augustana. Cannon just kind of loading up the cannon. I'm sure he's heard that a lot in his career, but the rebound comes down to Sabis. Sabis grabs the rebound and then takes it up with the right hand. He's going to be fouled and will be at the line to shoot 2.
And not necessarily the best look there by Cannon, but the offensive rebound there by Sabis kind of bails him out a little bit and really bails out this Wartburg team, who's really reeling at this point.
Sabis gets one down, so they're within 10. Here we'll get a look at this as once again Sabis went in, grabbed that rebound, and then takes it up strong and was fouled. So 3:38, and at the end of 3:38, unless we go to overtime, one of these two teams will be moving on to the Elite Eight of the national tournament.
Yeah, hard-fought game by both teams. I mean, these are both teams that deserve to be here. One of them will deserve to move on to their round of 8.
And Ebel, once again, he really does know how to show the referees that he's being hit. And I don't think there's much, we'll see it here on the replay. And there's definitely contact. I mean, the arm, the elbow, it's all in the facial range. And so Ebel will have a chance again with the 1-and-1. First one up and down and in. We're getting some theater major calls from the crowd behind us, Clayton, as that shows you how the Wartburg faithful feel about Nolan Ebel. Second one up and true, just like the first. So Ebel is now up to 16. I believe that's good enough to lead all scores. Am I correct, Clayton?
Yeah, he's got 16. 5 for 5 for the free throw line, all those coming in the second half, so he's been a steady force.
Here's Kickbush, hands it off to Savis. Savis goes with the left hand, takes it in strong. He's going to be blocked there by Simon. 3:18, long pass to Benning. Benning, power dribble, takes it up strong, and he's going to be fouled by Wasty. And nice moment there in the heat of the battle. Both the guys kind of helping each other get untangled, but Benning will be at the line to shoot too.
Yeah, Wasty just kind of wrapped him up. Decent foul there, sends Benning to the line. And yeah, like you said, no hard feelings there in that call.
Benning with the left hand. First one off the left side of the rim and rolls out. He'll be looking to convert on the second, try to get this to a 12-point lead. We'll see it here, and yeah, just he really did wrap him up, but pat on the butt, and we'll move along with it. Second one from Benning. That's nothing but net. 71-59 here. 12-point game. 3:14 left. Here's Kickbush, and that's actually going to come off his knee, and it's going to go back to Augustana. Orange pats his chest, and he loves it. Simon will come back to the bench, and it'll be number 30, Dylan Sortillo, back into the game for the Vikings.
Yeah, it's just a case of Kickbush trying to make something happen, tried to do a little bit too much, and dribbled it right off his foot.
Orange gathers the inbounds pass. Yeah, you can see these Wartburg team, these Wartburg Knights, they know that they're getting down to crunch time, and we'll see how they can respond. But right now, I think they've been trying to do it individually, and that's not how you're going to beat this Augustana team.
That's exactly right, Steve.
Here's Sortillo. Stumbled for a moment, but then picks up his dribble, goes out to Orange. 9 to shoot. 2:47 left. Orange with it, just inside the perimeter. That one's going to be off the glass and in. Has he even missed a shot, Clayton? I don't know.
Yeah, he's been spectacular. He's 6 for 9 from the field, which is a heck of a percentage.
And Cannon's going to be fouled there. That one's on 14, Ebel. He can hardly believe it. That'll be his third. More importantly, it'll be Cannon at the line to shoot 2. 2:34 left. 73-59, Augustana now with what seems to be a pretty commanding lead. First one from Cannon is up and good.
You look up, Steve, you see DeVos Fieldhouse just about back to the brim here.
Yeah, it's
almost standing room only.
Yeah, really, and we're not even, I don't know what time it is, Clayton, but looking around, and we've still got at least a half hour till game time. But I think we're going to have even more to that. So
yeah,
once you start to really add the students in, us Hope College students end up coming a little bit later. This place is going to be completely full. Here's Cannon, second one, off the front of the rim and out. So this score will remain 73-60. Here's Ebel. He's going to be met there by 4 of the Wartburg Knights, and now a timeout called by Orange.
Yeah, savvy play. He didn't even have the ball. He just turned over to our official on our side of the court. Called timeout, kind of bailed out his teammate. Really savvy play there by Krishan Orange.
Yeah, right. And once again, another moment between the head coach of Augustana and player. This time it is Ebel, and he's getting an earful. But hey, I mean, you got to be consistent as a head coach, and he certainly is there.
Yeah, a little bit. I think he's a little bit upset of Ebel driving into that trap a little bit, knowing that it was coming.
That's right. And see a couple replays there. There's 2 threes from Orange as he knocks down both of those, and then Orange dribbling to the foul line. We saw that one earlier. That's the one that just kind of rolled around and then will fall. But with 2:25 left, it's 73-60. Augustana basically just needs to play this one out, and they will punch their ticket to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, things you're looking for. Don't make the big mistake. Don't turn the ball over. Certainly the Knights are going to try to make them do that and make your free throws.
Inbound comes to Ebel. 2:20 and counting to go in this one. Comes across to Benning. Finds Ebel. Ebel, a couple of stutter steps. Now goes back out to Benning. Orange has it. Hands off. That's Sortillo. Sortillo will dribble drive and then pulls up. Can't get that one to go. Sabis pulls it down. Sabis coming the other direction. Goes with the right hand. He wants to go all the way. Kind of just runs over a defender. I believe that's Ebel on the floor. And now Sabis will be at the line to shoot 2:01 left in the ball game.
Ebel's kind of that gritty guy. He's been involved in a lot of guys falling on the floor. He's been on the deck a couple times.
Yeah, that's right. That's his fourth, but really nothing he could do there. I think he just kind of got caught up in his own feet.
Yep.
When a guy's running full speed at you, it can be hard to move your feet, and I think Ebel just had a case of getting tangled up and then down on the floor and basically got trampled on his
yeah, exactly.
all the way to the basket. Davis knocks down the first. He's got 10, looking for 11 here, and looking to cut this lead down to 11. Second one up and good as well. He's got 11, and the lead for Augustana is 11. Orange catches the inbound. Comes across the timeline, lost it for a second, and then just turns it right back over. That one went to Kalen, and now Sabis is going to have 13 now. So there's a couple mistakes, and Wartburg, they're back within 9.
Yeah, there's that big mistake you're talking about.
Sortillo kind of got caught. Now Ebel gets it across, so nice call there, and that one's going to go up to Johnston. So he doesn't throw it down, but he climbs the ladder. He had to have been about 3 or 4 inches above the rim there. Nice catch and nice land as he put that one off the glass. Now going in the other way, that's Cannon. So trading points here with a minute and 20 left, 75-66. Orange has it. He brings it across. Got some options, he goes to Ebel. Ebel's trapped, but he gets it out to Orange. And there's the foul we were waiting for, as Sortillo is just kind of attacked there by Jordan Cannon. So Sortillo will be at the line, and now it is just really all about making your foul shots, having some okay possessions, getting a couple stops, preventing the 3-ball, and you do all of those things, and Augustana is going to walk out of this gym, at least for tonight, a victor, and they're going to be able to come back here tomorrow night and take on the winner of our next game between Hope and Hanover. First one up, rattles around and falls for Sortillo. Second one from Sortillo also falls. He'll find the bench now as it's Simon back into the game. 11-point lead here for Augustana, 1:09 left in the ball game. The Knights need something quickly, and they need to get it right away. Here's Wasty, gives off, that's a 3-point try. That one's gonna miss everything, but the rebound comes down to a player on the Knights, but a huge block there by Johnston, and then Johnston's actually going to get fouled, and I think Clayton Safety, that's just about going to do it.
Yeah, that'll just about do it. Augustana's fans on their feet, and they're loving this. They're knowing they're 55.6 seconds away from moving to that Elite 8 round, and congratulations to them, as looks like they're going to move on.
That's right. Here's Johnson with a chance to boost the stats. He will do so with the first as that one falls. And Johnson, a guy that is a starter, but he only has 4 points here tonight. That was his 5th. We just saw the big block there, and that was kind of the exclamation point on this one, and he knocks down the second. So he has 6 now, and it will be Kickbush coming the other direction. He's got to get one up quickly. Gives to Wasty. Wasty thought about it. Now gives back to Kickbush. Taking a little long, and Simon's actually going to pull this one down, and then we're going to get a foul. And if those 10 seconds didn't prove anything, they definitely proved to me that I believe this one is over. So now it will be Lucas Simon with a chance to put this one out of reach with possibly a 14-point lead, maybe even a 15-point lead if he can convert both.
Yeah, Augustana has not made it easy on the Knights to even try to get back in this one here late. They've applied pressure, and Simon took it away there.
Simon can't get the first one to fall. But still only 45.5 seconds left in this game. Second one up and good. That'll do it, 80-66. Here's Cannon. Cannon for the Knights. Pulls up from 3. That one is going to go. So still a little bit of life, and we're going to get a timeout for Wartburg. And it's 80-69, so obviously a lot of things have to go right, and we don't want to throw out any curses. That is the commentator's curse. But Wartburg obviously still a little bit of life, not quite dead yet.
Yeah, if you're Wartburg, you're not giving up on this game. I mean, we talked about it, that, you know, it looks like Augustana is going to move on and move into that Elite Eight. But if you're Wartburg, you're not giving up. You're going to continue to extend this game as long as you possibly can. Continue to foul. I don't think they even need three-pointers at this point. Just get to the rim, but you hope, you know, maybe Augustana misses a free throw, turns it over. You know.
See what happens. Yeah, I mean, it's everything can happen in a basketball game, and we talk about it sometimes that basketball, like a lot of sports, it's a weird sport. It's a funny game, and so many different things can happen at any given moment. But Augustana here, really with a chance to close it, they do get the inbounds pass, and that one will go to Orange, who gives it back to Benning, and now Orange again has to get it across here. He's met there by 3 defenders. Don't know if he will get it across. He does to Johnston. Now to Sortillo. Sortillo has it. Now back to Johnston, back to Orange, and I think that's just going to do it. So Wartburg is not going to foul. I didn't think they were. Nope, they're still not.
Still got the shot clock as well.
Yeah, Ebel will go up with the right hand, dishes it away. So this one will go back to Kalen, and Kalen pulls up from 3. At this point, doesn't really mean much, and the rebound comes down to Johnston, and just like that, the Augustana Vikings are going on to the Elite Eight. For the Wartburg Knights, their season is over. However, great season from them. Obviously, this was their first highly contested game of the tournament, and just like that, the Augustana Knights have punched their, the Augustana Vikings have punched their ticket. Once more, they will meet the victor of Hanover and Hope, which is coming up here probably in about 25 minutes. For Clayton Safey, this is Steve Binning. Thanks again for listening, and stick right around. We'll be back in about 30.